Have you ever wondered why some people make poor financial decisions despite having all the necessary knowledge? It's a puzzling phenomenon that affects countless individuals, and it's precisely what we'll be exploring in this video: the fascinating intersection of psychology and financial literacy. But I've read books, attended seminars, and watched countless videos on financial management. So why do I still struggle with making the right choices? Well, my friend, the answer lies in the intricate workings of our minds. In this video, we'll uncover the psychological barriers that hinder our financial success and share practical strategies to overcome them. So, whether you're a seasoned investor, a recent college graduate, or someone who simply wants to improve their financial well-being, watch to the end of the video as we uncover strategies to improve financial decision-making. Understanding the psychology of money. From an early age, our attitudes towards money begin to take shape, influenced by many factors: our upbringing, experiences, and society. Think back to your childhood. What were your earliest memories involving money? Did your parents discuss financial matters openly, or was money a taboo topic at home? The society plays a significant role in shaping our relationship with money. Advertising, social media, and cultural norms all contribute to our perception of wealth, success, and the pursuit of happiness. These attitudes and beliefs we develop toward money can profoundly impact our financial decisions as adults. For instance, if you were raised with a scarcity mindset, constantly worrying about not having enough, it might affect your willingness to take calculated risks or invest in growth opportunities. On the other hand, if you were taught that money equals happiness and self-worth, you might engage in excessive spending to seek validation or fill an emotional void. Societal pressure to keep up with the Joneses can accumulate debt and financial stress. But understanding the psychology behind our money attitudes is the first step towards making positive changes. Take a moment to reflect on your own upbringing, experiences, and societal influences. How have they shaped your attitude toward money? And how might these attitudes be impacting your financial decisions today? Common psychological biases in financial decisions. Let's explore the cognitive biases that influence our financial decision-making. The first one is confirmation bias. It's our tendency to seek out information that confirms our existing beliefs or opinions while ignoring or dismissing evidence that contradicts them. In finance, this bias can lead us to selectively absorb information that aligns with our preconceived notions, potentially clouding our judgment and hindering us from considering alternative perspectives. Next up is overconfidence bias. This bias occurs when we overestimate our abilities and believe we have more control over our outcomes than we actually do. In financial decision-making, overconfidence can manifest as excessive risk-taking, such as making speculative investments without thoroughly evaluating the potential downsides. Anchoring bias occurs when we rely too heavily on the first information we encounter when making decisions. In financial contexts, anchoring bias can cause us to fixate on a specific reference point, such as the initial price of a stock, and make subsequent judgments or valuations based on that anchor. Hindsight bias is our tendency to believe we could have accurately predicted past events or outcomes. Hindsight bias can lead to feelings of regret or self-blame as we convince ourselves that we should have known better in hindsight. It's important to remember that hindsight is often influenced by the information available after the fact, and we should focus on learning from our experiences rather than dwelling on what we could have done differently. Lastly, we have loss aversion, a bias that affects how we perceive and respond to losses compared to gains. Loss aversion suggests that we feel the pain of losing money more acutely than the pleasure of gaining an equivalent amount. This bias can lead to irrational decision-making, such as holding onto losing investments for too long or avoiding necessary risks for fear of potential losses. Have you ever fallen prey to any of these biases? How have they affected your financial decisions in the past? The impact of emotions in financial decision-making. Emotions such as fear, greed, and stress can significantly influence our choices, sometimes leading to less than desirable financial outcomes. Let's start with fear. When it comes to money, fear can manifest in various ways, such as the fear of losing what we have or the fear of missing out on potential gains. These fears can drive us to make irrational decisions like selling investments during market downturns or chasing speculative opportunities without proper research. Such emotional decision-making often results in missed opportunities or even financial losses. On the other end of the spectrum, we have greed. The desire for quick profits and the temptation of high returns can blind us to the risks involved. Acting out of greed, we may engage in speculative trading, invest in get-rich-quick schemes, or ignore the importance of diversification. This emotion-driven behavior can lead to significant financial setbacks when the market doesn't meet our unrealistic expectations. Stress is another powerful emotion that can cloud our judgment and impact our financial decisions. During financial uncertainty or personal hardships, stress can cause us to make impulsive choices, such as taking on excessive debt, making hasty investment decisions, or neglecting long-term financial planning. These decisions made under stress often fail to consider the broader financial implications and can exacerbate financial challenges. To illustrate the impact of emotional decision-making, let's consider a common scenario: buying or selling investments based on market fluctuations. During a market downturn, fear may drive us to sell investments at a loss, abandoning our long-term investment strategy. However, if fear dictates our actions, we risk missing out on potential recovery as well as future gains. Similarly, during a market frenzy driven by optimism and greed, we might be tempted to invest in highly speculative assets without fully understanding the risks involved. Emotional decision-making can also be observed in impulsive spending habits. When feeling stressed or seeking emotional comfort, we may resort to retail therapy or impulse purchases, temporarily soothing our emotions but neglecting our long-term financial well-being. By recognizing the influence of emotions on our financial decisions, we can take steps to mitigate their negative impact. Building emotional resilience, developing a long-term perspective, and practicing mindfulness can help us make more rational and informed financial decisions. Remember, it's crucial to take a step back, evaluate emotions, and consider the long-term consequences of our actions. By doing so, we can avoid the pitfalls of fear, greed, and stress and make decisions that align with our financial goals and values. In the final segment of our video, we'll provide you with actionable strategies to positively harness the power of emotions and make financial decisions that lead to long-term financial well-being. Stay tuned for valuable insights and practical advice to help you navigate the intersection of psychology and financial literacy. Strategies to improve financial decision-making. It's time to equip you with practical strategies to improve financial decision-making by overcoming psychological biases and managing your emotions. First and foremost, take a long-term perspective. By focusing on your long-term financial goals and considering the bigger picture, you can reduce the influence of short-term emotions and make decisions that align with your overall financial well-being. Remind yourself of your financial objectives and resist succumbing to impulsive actions driven by fear, greed, or stress. Another valuable strategy is seeking diverse perspectives. Surrounding yourself with individuals who have different viewpoints and experiences can help you gain new insights, challenge your biases, and broaden your understanding of financial matters. Engage in open discussions, seek advice from trusted mentors or professionals, and actively consider different perspectives before making important financial decisions. Practicing mindfulness and emotional awareness is also crucial. Regularly check in with your emotions and understand how they might influence your financial decisions. Notice if fear, greed, or stress is driving your choices and take a moment to pause and reflect before acting. Logical decision-making frameworks can provide a structured approach to financial choices. Explore frameworks such as cost-benefit analysis, risk assessment, and goal-setting techniques. These logical frameworks can help you evaluate options, weigh potential risks and rewards, and make informed decisions based on facts and analysis rather than being swayed by emotions alone. Remember, improving financial decision-making is an ongoing process. It requires self-reflection, a willingness to learn, and the discipline to implement these strategies consistently. By incorporating these strategies, you can enhance your ability to make sound financial decisions that align with your goals and values. The role of financial education. Financial education empowers individuals by providing the knowledge and skills necessary to navigate the complex world of personal finance. It goes beyond just understanding the numbers and concepts, it also helps us comprehend the psychological factors that influence our financial decisions. Through financial education, we can gain insights into our biases, beliefs, and emotions surrounding money. We can better understand how our upbringing, societal influences, and cognitive biases impact our financial choices. Armed with this knowledge, we can consciously overcome these barriers and make more informed decisions. Financial education gives us the tools to objectively analyze and evaluate different financial options. We learn about budgeting, saving, investing, debt management, and risk assessment. This knowledge allows us to make decisions based on facts and analysis rather than being swayed by our emotions or influenced by external factors. Moreover, financial education encourages critical thinking and encourages us to question prevailing financial norms or practices. It enables us to challenge societal pressures and make decisions that align with our own values and goals rather than succumbing to social expectations or consumerism. By investing in our financial education, we gain the confidence to manage our finances effectively and become more capable of adapting to changing economic landscapes and making informed choices throughout our lives. However, it's important to note that financial education is not a one-time event. It's a continuous journey of learning, adapting, and staying updated with the latest financial trends and strategies. It requires an ongoing commitment to self-improvement and a curiosity to explore new concepts and ideas. Fortunately, financial education is more accessible than ever before. It's up to us to take advantage of these resources and actively engage in our own financial education. Now, it's time for you to reflect on your own financial decision-making. Take a moment to consider your psychological biases and the emotions that may influence your choices. Are there any patterns or behaviors you want to change or improve? Awareness is the first step toward growth. We encourage you to share your experiences with the psychology of financial literacy in the comments section below. Let's engage in a conversation, learn from another, and support each other's financial journeys.